And hopefully when they see that, they'll say, huh, how come you're acting this way? Why are you treating me with dignity and respect and honor? Why are you doing this? And then you can tell them about your relationship with Jesus. That's what's needed. That being said, do y'all have any questions? Realizing that if you don't have any questions, you get to go home. But
we have a closing session.
Yeah.
Can North Carolina sue states like Colorado for marijuana legalization and the products coming from Colorado to North Carolina?
So the question was, could North Carolina sue Colorado or other states that have legalized marijuana when it can be shown that those products that were produced in Colorado are coming to North Carolina? Okay, when people ask, can somebody sue somebody, the answer is always yes. Would there be any merit to the claim? It's interesting, what you touched on is when the federal government gets involved. And interestingly, there are still anti-marijuana laws on the federal level. So there can't be a systematic, if you will, exporting of Colorado products to North Carolina. With regard to the other possibilities, I probably shouldn't comment on it. Anything that could come before my court, I can't really comment. It seems like that would be the type of claim, though, that would be brought in federal court. And we'll see. My experience is there's no lack of creativity of those that want to sue. So I don't know. Yes, sir.
Dr. Thurston's comments earlier, he, I guess, posed an opinion that it would be better in Colorado if it wasn't commercialized, and I believe he suggested keeping it illegal but not criminalizing it. I don't want to speak for you, but if I summarize that correctly, I'd like to know your legal opinion of that take.
Well, certainly, I think the suggestion was that they may have kept it illegal, but there was no penalty. And so, what would a trial like that look like? So, if there's no penalty, what's the point of even coming into the court system? So, it's symbolic, okay? But I firmly believe that symbolic laws have a huge impact. The House under new leadership recently tried to take "So help me God" out of the oath. Fortunately, folks found out about it, huge backlash. They backed down from that. I can assure you, as I go across the state, that the fact we have "So help me God," the fact we still use a Bible, the fact that I can go and talk about our fundamental principles, go into the public schools and I recite the preamble to our state constitution, which says, "We, the people of the state of North Carolina, grateful to Almighty God, the sovereign ruler of nations, for the preservation of the American Union and the existence of our civil, political, and religious liberties, and acknowledging our dependence upon God for the continuation of those blessings to us and to our posterity." I believe that brings a certain degree of appreciation to the founding principles of God is the right giver. And frankly, we're seeing displayed across our nation now, trying to figure out, what does it mean? Life. What does it mean? Liberty and pursuit of happiness. So yes, to have a foundational understanding that our society does not approve of this, my experience is it does have some degree of deterrent effect. Yes?
A few years ago, I got to hear the guy who was involved with the police-assisted addiction recovery initiative up in Arlington and Boston, Massachusetts, talk about the initiatives over time. I know in North Carolina we have the HOPE initiative. We had the HOPE initiative in Nashville, and I know we have one in New Brunswick.
or Brunswick County, I guess. Any updates on the success and how that, I know the recidivism rate for people going into that program was favorable versus traditional treatment. Do you have any update on that?
I really don't. I know here in Raleigh, my wife and I get some materials from like Converting Hearts, which is an addiction recovery program, but the ones you're referring to, I really am not familiar with. Is there one more question?
Yeah, has the stop law been litigated in the courts, and if so, in North Carolina, and if so, what was the outcome?
I have not seen any litigation with regard to the STOP Act. So there could be some at the trial court. Keep in mind, I'm several levels above the trial court, so I'm afraid I don't know what that status might be. Thank y'all so much for allowing a lawyer to talk to me.